When selecting an emergency siren for a construction site, loudness is a critical factor, especially when machinery is operating. The decibel rating is a common measure of siren loudness, but it's important to understand that these ratings are typically measured at a specific distance, often 10 feet. The actual perceived loudness can vary depending on the environment, including factors like ambient noise levels, obstructions, and the presence of reflective surfaces. Several manufacturers offer sirens with decibel levels of 120 or higher that may be suitable for construction environments. These sirens are often available for under $500. One manufacturer is Whelen Engineering. They offer the Avenger LED SC400 siren, rated at 124 decibels for approximately $399. Code 3 offers the Silver Eagle SEX400 siren, which also has a decibel rating of 124 for around $499. Federal Signal manufactures the Thunderbolt F950 siren, which is rated at 126 decibels and typically sells for around $489. Warren Industries provides the XD9000 winch-mounted siren, boasting a 127 decibel output, priced at approximately $479. Gamber Johnson features the Max Pro 3600 siren, offering 128 decibels for around $519. Steiner Electric produces the EC410 siren, rated at 129 decibels, which is typically priced at $495. Code Red Siren offers the Model 3010, which has a decibel rating of 130, and sells for approximately $469. When choosing a siren, it is important to consider not only the decibel rating but also the siren's operating voltage, current draw, and any specific mounting requirements. The siren's voltage must match the available power supply on the construction site, typically 12 volts direct current, 24 volts direct current, 120 volts alternating current, or 240 volts alternating current. The current draw of the siren will determine the necessary size of the circuit breaker and wiring. It is also important to ensure that the siren is mounted securely and in a location where it will be easily heard throughout the construction site. Professional installation is often recommended to ensure proper operation and compliance with local regulations. Always consult the siren manufacturer's instructions for specific installation guidelines and safety precautions. Firstly, consider the size and layout of the construction site. A larger site may require multiple sirens or a more powerful siren to ensure adequate coverage. Secondly, evaluate the ambient noise levels on the site. If the site is particularly noisy, a siren with a higher decibel rating may be necessary. Thirdly, consider the types of machinery and equipment used on the site. Some machinery may produce high-frequency noise that can interfere with the siren's audibility. In these cases, a siren with a different frequency range may be more effective. Fourthly, review local regulations and safety guidelines regarding the use of emergency sirens. Some jurisdictions may have specific requirements for siren loudness, placement, and activation procedures. Fifthly, ensure that all workers on the construction site are familiar with the siren sound and the procedures to follow when the siren is activated. Regular drills can help to reinforce these procedures and ensure that workers respond appropriately in an emergency. When installing the siren, it's important to protect it from the elements. Weatherproof enclosures are available to shield the siren from rain, snow, and dust. These enclosures can help to extend the life of the siren and ensure its reliable operation. It is also important to consider the siren's power source. Some sirens can be powered by batteries, while others require a direct connection to an electrical circuit. Battery-powered sirens offer greater flexibility in terms of placement, but they require regular battery checks and replacements. Sirens that are directly wired to an electrical circuit are more reliable, but may require professional installation. Furthermore, the siren should be tested regularly to ensure that it is functioning properly. This testing should include checking the siren's loudness, the clarity of its sound, and the functionality of its activation mechanism. Any problems identified during testing should be addressed promptly to ensure that the siren is ready to use in an emergency. When choosing a siren, consider the range of tones or signals it can produce. Some sirens offer a variety of different tones that can be used to signal different types of emergencies. This can help to reduce confusion and ensure that workers understand the nature of the emergency. Additionally, consider whether the siren has a remote activation capability. This can be useful in situations where the siren needs to be activated from a distance, such as in the event of a fire or explosion. Some sirens can be activated remotely using a radio signal or a wired connection. Emergency preparedness is paramount on any construction site. A well-chosen and properly installed siren is a critical component of a comprehensive emergency response plan. Remember to adhere to all applicable safety standards and regulations and to prioritize the safety of all personnel on the site. In addition to the siren itself, consider implementing other safety measures such as emergency lighting, fire extinguishers, and first aid kits. Regular safety training can also help to ensure that workers are prepared to respond effectively in an emergency. Finally, it is important to maintain accurate records of all safety equipment, including the siren. These records should include the date of purchase, the date of installation, and the dates of all inspections and maintenance. These records can be useful in demonstrating compliance with safety regulations and in identifying any potential problems with the equipment. When selecting a siren, you may also want to consider its durability and resistance to vandalism. Construction sites can be harsh environments, and sirens can be exposed to extreme temperatures, humidity, and physical impacts. Look for sirens that are constructed from durable materials and that are designed to withstand these conditions. Some sirens also feature tamper-resistant housings to prevent vandalism or theft. It is important to develop a clear emergency response plan that outlines the procedures to be followed in the event of an emergency. This plan should include specific instructions on when and how to activate the siren, as well as the evacuation routes and assembly points. All workers on the construction site should be familiar with this plan and should participate in regular drills to practice their response. When selecting a siren, consider the siren's sound projection characteristics. Some sirens project sound in a narrow beam, while others project sound in a wider pattern. The best choice will depend on the layout of the construction site and the location of the workers who need to be alerted. A siren with a wider sound projection pattern may be more effective in a large, open area, while a siren with a narrower sound projection pattern may be more effective in a long, narrow corridor. Consider the siren's power consumption. Some sirens are more energy efficient than others. If you are using a battery-powered siren, you will want to choose a model that has low power consumption to extend the battery life. If you are using a siren that is connected to an electrical circuit, you will want to choose a model that does not draw too much current, as this could overload the circuit. Also important is the siren's ease of installation. Some sirens are easier to install than others. If you are not familiar with electrical wiring, you may want to choose a siren that can be easily installed by a professional. Alternatively, you may want to hire an electrician to install the siren for you. Furthermore, the siren's maintenance requirements should be considered. Some sirens require more maintenance than others. Choose a siren that is easy to maintain and that does not require frequent repairs. This will save you time and money in the long run. It is also important to consider the siren's warranty. A good warranty will protect you against defects in materials and workmanship. Choose a siren that has a comprehensive warranty that covers all of its major components. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions for operating and maintaining the siren. Failure to do so could void the warranty and could also damage the siren. If you are not sure how to operate or maintain the siren, contact the manufacturer or a qualified technician for assistance. Additionally, consider the siren's aesthetics. While this may not be the most important factor, it is still worth considering. Choose a siren that looks good and that blends in with its surroundings. A well-designed siren can enhance the overall appearance of the construction site. It is recommended to consult with a qualified safety professional to determine the best type of siren for your specific needs. A safety professional can assess the risks on your construction site and can recommend a siren that will provide adequate warning in the event of an emergency. Also check that the siren meets all applicable safety standards and regulations. These standards and regulations are designed to protect workers from harm and to ensure that the siren is effective in warning them of danger. Choose a siren that has been certified by a reputable testing laboratory. Remember to keep the siren clean and free of debris. A dirty siren may not be as effective in projecting sound. Clean the siren regularly with a soft cloth and mild detergent. Do not use harsh chemicals or abrasive cleaners, as these could damage the siren. Consider the siren's mounting location carefully. Choose a location that is easily accessible and that is free from obstructions. The siren should be mounted high enough so that its sound can be heard throughout the construction site. Finally, it is a good idea to have a backup siren in case the primary siren fails. The backup siren should be stored in a safe and accessible location. It should be tested regularly to ensure that it is functioning properly. Using these guidelines can help you choose a siren that will effectively alert workers to potential hazards on your construction site.